Hello all humans and non-humans, this is Zollar Tarot, and I'm Laura. I do something a bit unique where I meditate upon an image, and I draw that image while I'm also reading your card. This is a timeless reading. And let's see what else. I wear gloves to protect the art. And anyway, I hope everyone's doing really well. I'm doing great. And so let's get started. So this image came into my mind of this like sort of light being, this being that had these like feathers, wings, or yeah, they're wings of some sort. This almost looks angelic to me, and there are lots of stars around this being, and their features weren't very distinct, but I'm going to kind of flesh this out and develop it as we go. So let's pull some cards though to start. Well, right now it's springtime, and it's really beautiful, and I feel an inspiration in the air. Like there's maybe just this time of the year, but it makes me happy. It makes me feel happy. So I'm hoping that everybody else sort of has that feeling of inspiration inside of them. There's sort of a spark, because this is definitely the time of the year for that energy. All right, let's see what we have for the collective. Okay. The Chariot. Chariot is it's a major arcana card. It's a lot of fast action. This is someone who has to keep their eye on the prize because they're moving very quickly, right? They don't want to lean one way or the other too much. And this guy doesn't even have any protective gear on or anything. No seat belt. He's riding on the top of the carriage instead of inside of it. So, and these horses, as you can see, are going very fast. So this is something fast moving incoming. This is also a reminder to remember that whatever your goals are, to keep your eye on the prize. This is definitely an eye on the prize type of card. So keep your focus, right? Don't get distracted. Can I have one more card, please? Nice, another major arcana card. This is Judgment, or sometimes it's called the Karma card. So this is about finding your true calling. It's I'm sorry, it's not the Karma card. It's about finding your true calling. This is about being authentic. This is about discovering and living and believing in your true authentic self, whatever that is. So this is definitely one of the rewards of life, is when you truly find yourself and find your calling, something that you're passionate about, and can live that. That's really wonderful. Emperor. Wow. 3 major arcana cards. Very nice. And they're good ones too. So the Emperor is someone who is a very accomplished leader. This is someone who's very strategic. They're very strong and powerful. They embody all 4 of the kings in the tarot. So he's learned strategy, compassion, he's wealthy, he's well-grounded, he's stable, he looks to the future, he thinks about other people, he's passionate and bold, he's strong. I mean, he's got all the good qualities, right? Yeah, this is definitely a leader. All right, so let's push these up and get 3 more cards, and then we'll get clarifiers. All right, so already see this image here and how she's kind of I'll show you. See how this image of her in sort of this ideal state is coming out of her heart, right? I hope you can see that. So this is, to me, very similar to this type of image here. You see that? So this is like the arms or the wings going back. And I'm just going to work on this a little bit while we talk about that. What is it to really be in your power, to really be free, and to know that even though you're in a fast-moving situation here and everything, and you have to keep your eye on the prize, what it means to feel powerful, to feel like personal power, like a good kind of power. So not like power over others necessarily, but just being powerful in who you are. And that takes a lot of self-appreciation and love and realization about who you are, what you have to offer in the world, what your calling is here, like in the Judgment card. And then coming into your full power because you realize what your calling was and you're moving into that energy. If you're into like astrology or anything like that, I definitely like recommend you getting a full chart done, not just, oh, my Capricorn, like, no, to get your full chart done, which has a lot of different aspects. So there's something called the North Node or the Ascendant sign, which is literally translates to, this is your calling, this is the path you should be walking, or try to achieve in this lifetime. This is one of the goals, right? So this is definitely a North Node type of card here, or an ascending node. Yeah. So like the South Node would be the opposite, which would be the thing you've already mastered in other lifetimes, but will kind of hold you back now if you would dwell in it too much. So we want North Node calling. So I added another layer of feathers there. All right, let's get another 3 cards here, and then we'll get some clarifiers. Cards are slippery today. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Yeah. So the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is could be about an abusive relationship. It could be about being bullied. There might even be violence involved. Some sort of abusive relationship or a defeat. Maybe there's deception involved, a conflict of some sort, being cheated, something like that. So this is probably something you're trying to get away from quickly. Yeah, instead of being in this kind of energy, you want to be in this kind of energy. Sometimes, though, when we find our calling and we're doing our thing, we do come up against people who don't necessarily agree with what you're doing. So, just understand that they've got their own thing going on in their own perspective, and it does not mean that you need to stop what you're doing for your calling. Go for your calling. Go for what makes you happy, what you love. I'm not saying break laws or anything. I'm just saying, don't worry so much about what other people's opinions are of you, or what what you're doing or anything like that. Maybe they don't have the whole picture and they don't understand, or they just don't want you to grow, or whatever their agenda is. So can I get another card, please, for this collective? Yeah, same kind of energy. This is also Capricorn energy. See, I see Capricorn and I see Aries. Yeah, definitely Aries with the horns over there. Okay, so this card often is about addictions. So it might be that either you're dealing with somebody with addictions, or you're getting away from someone, or some sort of addictions, or some sort of oppression, like an abusive relationship. That makes sense. So you're getting away from something abusive, some abusive relationship. We'll get clarifiers on that, or clarification. Okay, one more card, please. Yeah. Yeah, and it's causing you to have to juggle some things, having to juggle your resources, what you have available to you to work with. But it could be about balance, just trying to find balance. You're weighing your options. Maybe you're choosing between 2 different ideas or 2 different people or something like that. So let's put these aside and let's pull from these minis. Can I please have clarity on the Chariot? Chariot. So again, the Chariot's about keeping your eye on the prize. Things moving quickly. And then we'll get back to the drawing. Yep, moving to calmer waters. So definitely movement. You see that? There's definitely movement here. Yeah, you're moving away from something. Can I have clarification on the Judgment, please? Judgment. There's 2. Finding your calling. The Chariot again. Yay. So, okay, and choosing between 2 things, which definitely echoes this juggling resources. Right. Look at that. Look at echo of that. Perhaps this is also about, making decisions. The 2. But I don't know that this person is blind. Interesting. Just an interesting echo of shapes. All right, can I have clarification on the Emperor, please? Right. Passion. So, this is like, could be a new project, but this is passion and creativity. Being excited. It's that there's good news, maybe. It's definitely about having some sort of talent or intention. Sometimes it's about inheritance. Yeah. Yeah, well, the Emperor would be talented. They would be creative. They would be, you know, someone who has passion, that they're bold, right? But you know, sometimes the greatest things that we achieve come out of like situations where we're experiencing some sort of abuse, and then we learn to stand up for ourselves, stand up to the bullies. This is, you know, the card about bullies, right? So stand up to the bullies, stand up to the devil, right? The devil energy, I should say. And the devil energy is simply something about like self-sabotage, oppression, addictions. But we'll get clarification on that. So, have clarification on the Five of Swords, please. Knight of Pentacles. So this is, again, about talent. This is being a master at something. It's like mastery. This is potential, too. Being dedicated to something, working hard at it, creating quality, and really enjoying your work. So this might be someone at work for you. Maybe you have management or a boss or something, or some coworkers who are making you have to either walk away, or you're left feeling like bullied and abused. Gosh, okay, so this almost reminds me of like a stem. It's like, where do we acquire our responses to you know, people like bullies? Like, do we stand up to them? Are we the type of people where I'm going to fight you, you know, or are we the type of person who's going to be taken inward personally and say, oh, I must be awful, I must be these things that these people say, or something like along those lines, or somewhere in between, right? What kind of person are you? I saw stars all around here too, so I'm just going to add a little bit of atmospheric sparkle here while we talk. Oh, Pentacles, look at that. Yeah, working hard. Just realize that. But they were sort of in the background, right? There's even a star, kind of a different kind of star on his chest there on the Devil card. How we're supported or not. It's almost like that, like what's in our environment. So someone in your environment. This seems like a work card, or just keep working through it. Like maybe the way you have dealt with this abusive relationship or relationships could be that you just worked really hard. You kept developing yourself. You kept your head down. Sometimes it's the best way to deal with things is to just let it blow over, because if people are gossiping or being mean or spiteful or whatever their deal is and stuff, sometimes you just got to ignore it and just do your stuff, do your work. You know, I've had that. That's worked for me many times in my life. I'm like, whatever, you think what you want, and I'm going to do my thing here. So, and you know, then you get good quality work from your hard work. It yields good things down the road. Can I have clarification on the Devil, please? Devil. Oh, well, that's nice. 10 of Cups. Keeping you from your 10 of Cups. Okay. You know, unless you're a Capricorn or dealing with Capricorn, this means you're getting some sort of wish fulfillment. But I think what it is that because you have moved away from this, you've moved away with these calmer waters quickly towards your calling to be the Emperor that you are. Now, Emperor is not necessarily a male. It's an Emperor energy, so that could be female or male. It's just the, you know, it's just the counterpart to the Empress, which is the like strongest feminine divine energy. But the Emperor is the masculine divine energy. So you boldly moved forward into your calling, and worked through all this pain and all these problems that were going on to find fulfillment. Can I have clarification on the devil again, please? Emperor again. Oh, wow. Someone's bossing up. Wow. Whenever I see the echo of, and it could be an Aries, or you could be dealing with Aries or something, but someone's bossing up. Like they're becoming the true leader that they're meant to be. That's really nice. I like seeing that. Okay, and the Two of Pentacles here, which is about juggling your resources, balancing things, stuff like that, trying to keep everything balanced. Can I have clarification on the Two of Pentacles, please? Okay, Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is about cutting away things that are not the truth, just lopping it off, saying, I don't want that anymore. No, it's not good. I'm not having it. But she's also, the Queen of Swords is also very witty. She's very eloquent. She can be very sharp-witted and quick. She is sophisticated. She has been through battles. She knows about truth. So she's all about honesty and truth. So this person here juggling all of this is like looking for the truth. What needs to be taken away so the balance can be retained, right? So we can keep balance. Sometimes we have to let things go. So, you know, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but I have, where like I will bag up old clothing in my closet and just give it away, and all of a sudden new clothing comes. It can come in various ways. I give away several pairs of shoes and some new shoes come. You know, those are material things, but it could also be that, you know, you clear out baggage or emotional stuff in your life that you don't need anymore, and then you realize, oh, there are these other really wonderful benefits. So you make room for it. It's like once you make the space for it, it becomes like a vacuum, and then it pulls something in that you do want. You just have to be clear about what you're cutting off and why, so that you can make way for what you do want, and be clear on that as much as possible too. An Emperor would. You got Emperor twice, so an Emperor would definitely know what to cut off too. So, yeah. Okay, let's see if we can get some, pull some oracle cards. Let's see. We'll do this Sacred Traveler oracle cards. I really like these. The art's nice. It's pleasant. Yeah, so, and I saw a star shape like this, like more of a, I don't know, I think of that as sort of a spiritual star. It needs to be centered better, doesn't it? Over the head of this sort of angelic type of creature, someone coming into their calling, right? So they're coming from these depths down here, spreading their wings, reaching their star. I would not be surprised if star comes up if we do some more tarot, but let's see. Okay. That's definitely an inspiring image, though, I think. Wandering path, enjoy the journey. Interesting. Yeah, so, you know, we aren't just born and all of a sudden, bam, we're there, and we've got everything we ever wanted, and we come here for a reason. We have to go through some stuff. It's like playing a video game. You have to go through many bosses before you get to the final big boss, and then, oh, you finally get to win the game or turn it over or whatever. So, so enjoy the journey. Enjoy getting to your calling, and then when you find your calling, utilize your calling in a way that is fulfilling and satisfying, and hopefully of service, you know, to others as well. Can I have a card, please, for the collective? Stepping into power. That's the same as the Emperor, right? You are strong beyond measure. So this person, he's boldly walking through with his curly wand and lantern, leading the way to all these other people who need a leader. And they're walking through this snowy, sort of dark, you know, probably very cold environment, off to wherever they're going. But they're stepping into their power. They know, I'm like, I can do it. You know, you are strong beyond measure. So just remember you can find your inner resources and be a leader for others, even when you do that. Especially if like you're a parent or something, that's very important, or a teacher, someone who's a leader. Yeah, you know, really like guiding people to safety, guiding yourself to safety, and being courageous. Wandering path. So we'll pull one more from this oracle, and then we'll see. I might pull from another tarot. So it takes that kind of boldness to move into your power, and I just feel like I need to like echo like this sort of. And I'll finish this drawing after the reading, and it'll be posted probably at the beginning and end of the video, and maybe even a little bit at the end. I mean, I'm sorry, in the middle while we're talking about this. So, but definitely in the beginning and the end. Ah, I don't take dropped cards. Okay. Can I have one more card for the collective, please? Breaking trail. A breakthrough is at hand. Look at all these cards. You know, they're. It's really interesting because they're all about walking on the path, stepping along the path, breaking the trail. The trail is the path. You know, it's a lot of path here. The path. Your calling, right? Judgment. Yeah. And only you can know what that is. You and your higher self, your spirit, right? Whatever your spirituality is or not. But it's about, and so I'm getting the message. Okay, so don't just try to just get there. There's just certain things where we feel better about having achieved what we have because we earned it. We put the tears into it, the sweat into it, the work. We put the effort into whatever it is that we're creating. So whether it's a drawing or something like that, we know that, yeah, I worked really hard for this. I have developed these skills for a long time, or I have had this dream and this goal and kept my focus on it for, this long, and I really put like a hard effort into learning about how these things work. And so when I get these accolades or when I get these rewards and everything, I know it is well earned. It's not something cheap. It's not that it's bad to have things just drop into your lap. That's fantastic, but it's about feeling good about what you've accomplished because you took the journey. So try to enjoy it. Try to be really present in the moment. So instead of always thinking about the future, or the past or something like that, and dwelling it, saying really, really enjoy going along the way. Maybe take some detours a little bit just for your personal entertainment. So you still have the internal map and know what you want. You've got your internal compass. And the breakthrough at hand tells me that you're going to be possibly you've taken a different road and you're going to be discovering something. At least that's a breakthrough for you personally, like, oh, I can do this. Or maybe you're doing something that other people are surprised by because it's innovative for some reason. And that way you're being a leader. You're being someone who is the emperor, which was in here twice. And realizing just how much strength you do have. So let's pull some cards from this tarot here. What do we need to know? What's the challenge for this collective with regard to this kind of like growth and development? What's the challenge? What's in the way? What's in the challenge? What's your challenge? Rules, regulations, maybe even religion. So this is about dogma. This is about it could be your connection to like the divine source or spirit, right? But I think in this case, what I'm getting a feeling, because it's a challenge, is you're having to get past dogmatic beliefs. Beliefs maybe that you acquired when you were a child, and you can't necessarily, you don't feel like you can get past that, or it's been hard to get past it. Maybe like assumptions about people or assumptions about how life is. Say you have maybe perhaps you were someone who was always in abusive relationships of some sort. You were codependent and you believed that love hurts. Does it? Does it have to hurt? It doesn't. Actually, it doesn't at all. Perhaps that's a belief that you acquired from childhood. And that's a hard pill to swallow. Sometimes it's to really look at that, because then we have to look at the reasons why in our childhood we chose that belief, right? How was it developed for us? Did we see people act that way in our family? Did we, maybe it's from a past life. I don't know, maybe multiple lives. So anyway, you're getting away from whatever that is. Can I have another one for it? Lovers. Okay. Okay. And so the challenge too might be, oh look, there's the angel with the wings. Look at that. See the wings? I'm going to pull this up closer. See the wings, the red wings? Almost makes like a mountainscape, but it's like, that's an angel, right? Maybe you have someone with you, or maybe there's part of the dogma that you're challenged by is someone that you're that's part of your life. Maybe it's a love partner, or maybe it's a family member or friend or work partner or something like that. That's possible. Can I have one more about what's challenging the watchers here, the group, please? Yeah, okay. Because you experienced a painful ending. Look, she's still looking at her phone. Ah, that's hilarious. Anyway, she's looking at her phone to the end. That's all she can really do because she's pinned to the ground by all those swords, being stabbed in the back. And the card says everything is fine. It's really the ten of swords in the tarot. Everything is fine. Trying to act like things are okay when they're not. And that's what we do when we have acquired beliefs that don't work for us. Sometimes we're not wanting to break the trail, not wanting to leave people behind, or we don't know how we can take them with us somehow, or they're the ones who are like supporting some kind of outdated belief or something that doesn't work anymore. And we're trying to act like, oh, everything's cool, everything's fine, it's fine, it's fine, I'm fine. It hurts a lot, yeah. I'm bleeding on the ground, but it's fine. I know what that's like, so that's okay. That's your challenge. You're feeling pinned down right now. I get that. So let's pull another oracle here and say, get something inspiring. Like what's the best thing you could do right now to get past these challenges and become the true emperor that you are? Pull out that true emperor, which is definitely coming. You got it twice. So, okay, what does the collective? What do you need to know about how to get past all these challenges and get into your full calling, your full power? Ease. It says, it's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. And say that over and over so it becomes easier to say. It's easy for me to receive. Okay. So one of the things that happens like in abusive relationships is that the person who's codependent, not necessarily the narcissist or the abuser, right? But the other person who is giving and not receiving anything in return, is that they somehow acquired some sort of block or belief that they don't deserve to receive whatever it is, love, wealth, abundance, happiness, honesty, trust, things like that. So there's something that has been lacking in your life, and you're needing to reverse the belief that you're not deserving of receiving or something. So don't focus on the negative, though. Focus on the positive. And so this is a positive thing to say in your mind, because you got to train your mind to think better thoughts about yourself, right? So this is one thing you can say. It's easy for me to receive. Easy for me to receive. And it gives a sense of ease, right? And see how she's, or is that Christian? Yeah, I guess it's a he. Is very comfortable and sitting there in the pink lotus. And oh, pink lotus. I don't take drop cards, but I'm sure they're very interesting. So can I get one more, please, for the collective on, the best thing for them to do? So prepare for abundance, I can get saying. Prepare for abundance and be open to receiving. Yeah. Tell yourself you're open to receiving. Say it out loud if you can. Not in an elevator again. That not good. All right. Karma. Mm-hmm. It says there's nothing from a past life that can't be addressed in the current life. Yeah, so even if you feel like, I don't know, cursed or something like from a past life, or you feel like you deserve some punishment for something that you may or may not have done in a past life, or there's an inkling of that, or I don't know. no matter what, or even in an earlier part of this life, which would be like, like when I was in high school and everything, for instance, that to me seems like a past life to me. That was so long ago. I have grown so much, and I interact with completely different people now, and high school was what it was, right? But that feels like a past life. So if I really wanted to, I could go back and look at my high school years and address, say, abusive bullying relationships and how I worked through that, where I was able to, gain my power and, cut things off if I needed to, or come into my, true calling. So now curlicues are wanting to appear here. For some reason, this is a very balanced kind of drawing. There's definitely a lot of motion in here, right? So looking back into our past lives or our earlier, part of our life and everything takes some courage and bravery. And sometimes it's very painful. I definitely had painful things that happened to me in high school, very painful, and I learned a lot from that. Maybe things that you did too. It might not just be what people did to you, but what you did as well, and how that created karma for you right now. And karma is kind of a cause and effect type of phenomenon, right? It's see how this person's kind of knitting. I'm going to show you. They're kind of like knitting that sort of, or crocheting something with their two hands, and they're making a lotus out of it, like a lotus shape, which is, of course, a very spiritual message and everything. You have to look at what you learned, what you did, what you believed from before, and how that's affecting what you're receiving now, right? Let's see what that is. Courage, yeah. Let's see, courage. Even though I don't take drop cards, but courage. Let me be open to courageously take the steps that are shown, which is again reiterating that path, the trail that we had before. Those 3 cards. Yeah. So I think I'm going to start wrapping this up, because it's kind of when it starts repeating itself, and it's just. Yeah, I think that that means that we've kind of addressed what we need to. So just remember to be open to receiving, that you are moving into Emperor status, bossing up, that you're getting away from the abusive relationship, things are happening very quickly, and that you're meant to find your calling. We're always on a mission in different lifetimes with different missions. So you're definitely coming into whatever this mission or this calling is for you, and it should feel good. It should feel fulfilling for you. And it might seem bizarre to other people, or maybe they are not, used to seeing you in a certain way, but they'll just have to get used to it. So love yourself first, love what you're doing, believe in yourself, and then, the people who are meant to be around you and everything will stick around and they'll support you. That's kind of how it works. So I will finish this drawing later. It's going to be greatly improved. And anyway, thank you for being here. I am really grateful for those who watch and support this channel. And I wish you well. Many blessings to you. I hope you have a really happy springtime, and that life goes very well for you. And congratulations on becoming the true emperor that you are. Peace. Bye.